All right, hey everyone, and welcome back. So I am building a PC for the very first time, and this is super exciting. I've been wanting one for a while. When I first started my YouTube channel, I was using an Alienware. I think it was the M15. I forget what the models are. It was the mid-range Alienware laptop for 2012. It had I think it was the NVIDIA 660. Not the 660M like mobile. It was the NVIDIA 660, which was top of the line for 2012. I was really excited about it. I was into all the RGB. It was so cool for a high school senior. But then it actually died last year. If I have to give my 2-second review of Alienware gaming laptops, maybe they've improved. I've noticed the models look totally different, but mine was very heavy and I had a lot of problems with it, and there was always like Alienware specific drivers, so you couldn't just get the normal driver for certain things. I don't know. In any case, it completely just went dead last year. Completely dead. I didn't spill anything on it. Nothing in particular happened. It just looks like it had a lifespan and it died when it felt it had to. So after that, I got this Surface Book, which is what I've been using to make all my videos. Some people were asking, how do I make my programming videos where I have Visual Studio and then I just start writing all over the code. That is this with the Surface Pen. And I could do a Surface Book review at some point. I really love it. I have the model with the entry-level model for the NVIDIA GPU. So I guess my 5-second review of the Surface Book is that it's been great, and I think I'll do a behind-the-scenes video of my workflow for my videos, because it's definitely a productivity machine. The inking, OneNote is amazing, and it's good for games like maybe Overwatch or Dota, things like that, but I couldn't get it to run larger games. Like Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3 was a no. Dark Souls 1 I could, but it was kind of janky. So it's not really a gaming machine, but definitely the NVIDIA GPU, it enables you to do quite a bit of gaming, at least light gaming, and I think it's an awesome, versatile machine. We'll talk about it another time, because I've ran into limitations, as I said, with the gaming aspect, but I haven't been gaming as much because I've been working a lot on projects. And I wanted to stream a couple things, and I noticed that if any of you guys were partaking in my live streams like last fall or so, you'd notice that there was just a ton of technical problems because OBS, the streaming software, it looks like it would eat up a lot of CPU and RAM. It would just eat up a lot of resources in general, and it kept crashing things, it kept slowing things down. I'd have insane delays. So I really wanted to stream and just be able to multitask and have many different things open at once instead of being very concerned about memory constraints, because in the end this is like a very awesome high resolution like detachable tablet kind of. It's not the same that like all the graphics card and like CPU, everything's just in this thing. I'm pretty sure maybe the base has more battery or something. I'm coming into this video completely unprepared. I'm just kind of talking. But yeah, so this is more of like an amazing, beautiful tablet, but I really have been running into limitations, and I just want something powerful but practical, which is the name of the game for this review. This isn't one of those like the sexiest 4 graphics card wango tango you've ever seen. This is my practical but powerful good B student 2017 build, I think. Because like I said, this is my first time, and I've spent a lot of time researching to the best of my knowledge, but I'm also, I guess this is a disclaimer, I am a programmer and I really love software, but I know almost nothing about hardware. Like I know how a computer works, and my coursework, I built a computer, I built the circuitry in like Verilog, which is a programming language to mock up circuits to check if they work on a computer, if that makes sense. But I never actually like had tools and was building circuits beyond like the baby kits you get in like physics classes to just learn the basics. Even though I know that's not exactly, you don't need to literally like create the ALU of the CPU. It's more of putting parts together. But I've never done this before. I watched like a Linus Tech Tips video on how to put it together. I'm starting out with parts that are kind of a base. I'll go through all my parts also. So first section, I'll go through all my parts and show you guys and show the cost, and then we'll put it together hopefully. But like for example, I don't have a keyboard right now, just the laptop. So I just got like a cheap $20 Logitech keyboard. It'll do the job fine, to be honest, but you know, maybe on Christmas I can get myself the nice like mechanical keyboard. You know what I mean? So I'm also like investing in my own ability to like let myself feel good about myself. I don't know if any of this is really making sense. Okay, let's move on to look through the parts. So yeah, I'm coming in. I have a decent 1080p monitor TV. I have a Corsair gaming mouse from a while back, and then otherwise this keyboard. So I'm kind of going into this assuming you have all of those things and that you just want to build the actual PC part. Now this is, so I watch like the gaming tech side of YouTube, but I also have this strange fascination with like vloggers and beauty people, even though I am the least, like I don't have a very illustrious closet. I don't do makeup or anything like that, but I'm fascinated by like those kinds of videos. I don't know why. Maybe I just like taking a peek at like someone's life that's just like wildly different. I don't know, like that LA fashionable lifestyle. It's just fun. It's like reality TV, it's just like junk food for your brain after a long day. So this is less of a Linus Tech Tips and more of a haul, like Christmas Day for me. Because like I said, I always deny myself purchases. It's harder for me to like get super excited about things, you know. I get excited more about experiences or like achievements, like milestones in my life. But I finally feel kind of like a kid at Christmas surrounded by all this stuff. So let's just get into it. All right. So right off the bat, let's start with the motherboard. So I got the Gigabyte AB350 Gaming 3. And now I'm learning a lot more about like what these different things mean, like what the B350, is it the B350 chipset? Is that what it stands for? I don't know. I'm learning, and I'm okay with going on YouTube not knowing absolutely everything. My goal here is just to get this computer built and running. It's not to be some kind of crazy master. So it does have the RGB, which is really important if you want to be a true gamer PC builder. Actually, I hate the RGB. I just want something like, I wish there was more of these computer parts went, instead of the like rainbow edgy red and black vibe, I wish there was like the kind of minimalist aesthetic. Like why red and black? Why not white and blue or something like that? But it's fine. So let's open these things up. I haven't opened these yet, so I'm really excited to just kind of see what everything looks like in person. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's so cool. I'm afraid to move the phone or else the angle will get off. So let's pull this out. This is really cool. So this is the full form. It also comes in the, I believe it's the AB350M, which is the micro. I figured I'd opt for something bigger, a larger size. So that's that. And then we want to look through, make sure we have all of our cables. So I believe these are the SATA cables. Like I said, I've never done this before. I was just reading obsessively late last night, and shout out to Amazon Prime because I ordered all of these parts at 12:30 last night, and they came at around 6 or 7 o'clock today. And it is now 9 o'clock. So that's really cool that all these came so quickly. So we have, I think this is the guard. So all I really know, maybe this is making some of you cringe. I know, I feel like right off the bat, I feel like PC builds are something that people get like weirdly triggered and personal about. So please don't get offended. Like I said, if the computer's running, it's fine. And like I said, this is mainly meant to be a base so that, you know, even in the next year, if I want to upgrade something, that's totally fine. If something's not working out or something's not as good. So don't be too hard on me. Okay, and then we have the manual, which will be really important so that we know how specifically to plug things into this. But we're gonna leave it in in its plastic sleeve until we start building. So I am going to put it on the top of the box. Now next, so the reason why I got this one is because it seemed like out of all of the mid-range decent motherboards, this one was pretty good for the Ryzen series. So this is a Ryzen 5. I was going to get, some of you follow me on Twitter, I had a PC part picker list that was absolutely insane. It had me shook, as the kids say. It was, originally this whole build was going to be like $2,400. And then I said, you know what, let's space that out over time so I can experience little spurts of happiness rather than my first time being this mega build that I'm not about to just drop like $2,000 to $3,000 on. So actually this build, by the way, is, I believe it's between like $800 and $900, which is pretty awesome. So I'll give you guys the prices. So this motherboard was, I think, $109.99, so that was $110. And then I got this for $200. And I was looking back and forth. I was wondering, do I want the Ryzen 5? Do I want an i5? Or is it worth it to jump from Ryzen 7 or the Intel i7? So that was like my big dilemma, and I imagine a lot of other people out there, because there were many threads and many opinions. It seems like the Ryzen 5, I don't know, I just saw more people advocating for it, even though you probably, I don't know, I'm someone who's, if I'm very honest, I can't tell the difference between the like tiny little bits of like more FPS or the tiny like, oh, but that one has like a lighting effect that's more than that one. I don't notice those things as much, especially since, I don't know, my last legit gaming machine was an NVIDIA 660. So I'm just really happy to have something new. Let's open this up. Actually, it has the CPU on the side. That's very cool. I really like the packaging. I'll probably keep all of this packaging. And this does come with, well, so first, here is the CPU itself. Very pretty, I think. This is, like I said, this is totally like a makeup haul. You know those videos where they, like, the vlogger buys like $1,000 of Forever 21 clothing and people are just judging them for their tastes and like cheap cheap stuff. Anyway, so this is the cooler that comes with it. I think it's called the Wraith Spire LED cooler. So the CPU and the cooler were, I picked it up for $200. And that does seem to be, so, okay, back to the debate of i5 versus the Ryzen 5. I saw more people advocating for this one. It seemed interesting. AMD seems to be really pushing this. And then once again, if I was honest, I don't think I would fully use the i7 or the Ryzen 7's capabilities. I don't know if this is even overclockable, but that's not even important to me. Yeah, I am not yet a PC enthusiast, but like I said, this is a base in case I ever become one of those. Let's see, what's next? So then we have our memory. So we have, where'd my memory go? Oh, so we have the Vengeance LPX, two 8 gig RAM cards, and they're in white. because that seemed a lot cooler than red and black, like I said. Yeah, it's 3200 megahertz, which I heard it kind of doesn't matter, but the difference between 3200 and like 2200 was only, I think, $10 or $15. So I thought, why not get the faster ones? My motherboard supports it. I've also seen this quite a bit. I'm sure they're slightly cheaper. So this was $158, so about 160, 80 bucks each. And I remember I really wanted 32 gigs because that's what my work computer has, and it's amazing, but that's because I'm doing enterprise stuff, which I'm not doing at home yet. But yeah, 16 gigs should be enough for the next few years. Like I said, I'm happy to buy more RAM as a fun present for myself. So that was about $160. Then we have a SanDisk. This is kind of a budget SSD, SanDisk SSD, 240 gigabytes. There are other brands that you can choose from, maybe that are a little bit fancier. I was going between a Corsair one and this one. I believe this one was $85. See, I kept my laptop here so I could look up the prices to tell you guys, but I researched this so heavily, and I went from, and by the way, this was all on Amazon, like I said, all one order on Amazon Prime, all came at the same time. And I went between the cart, and then I was checking out, and then I would like really second guess myself. Like I was about to get the Ryzen 7. I'm like, oh, do I really even need it? Like, sure, it's cool, but do I want to pay $100 more if I'm really not going to use it? Lots of back and forth, lots of personal compromises. This was a journey. This was an experience. Okay, so that's my SSD, going for a budget one. Like I said, if I need to upgrade or get a fancier one, I'm happy to do that as a personal Christmas present. Now this, I forget which brand, which brand is this? This is my hard drive, which I have not opened yet. I think it was from like W-Gate, Western Gate, something like that. And it came in this brandless, like labelless box. Even this label just says like a bunch of serial numbers. So let's take a look at this. So I believe they sent me the right thing. Aha, there is a tape. Good thing I brought my knife. In this lighting, that looks pretty creepy. Okay, I probably shouldn't, my mom always said, and I know my mom is probably watching, you shouldn't cut towards you, because then you just, you stab yourself. So don't try this at home, kids. Okay. So you get WD Blue. I don't know where I got the gate. Oh, because I was going between a Seagate one. And then, by the way, this build has been twice vetted by the kind folks at r/build-a-PC. So thank you guys for helping me out with my parts list. It's hilarious because there are some people that are so into this. It seems like they have these amazing battle station computers, and then their purpose is to just like continually build their computer. Like I don't even know if they like are really spending as much time gaming as they are thinking about their next build. I don't know. So this is the hard drive. Yeah, I was gonna do a Seagate hard drive, and then I was told not to, and this was the same price and had like half a star better reviews. So there we go, 1 terabyte of hard drive space, which is amazing because this Surface Book, I think I only have like 250 gig of memory total. It's very fast, but that's it. So then I have my graphics card, which is also from Gigabyte. It's the GTX 1050 Ti. So this is kind of, I guess this is now like the new, like good basic, good hearty, nice kid of graphics cards right now. Once again, I wanted, like at first I was like getting ballsy. I was like, let's get the 1080 Ti, let's go for it, let's do double. I don't know. I was getting very excited, and once again, I don't think I would fully use it. And then I heard something like the 1070 and 1080, 1060, 1070, 1080 are arbitrarily marked up due to supply issues because of Bitcoin mining or something like that. I don't know, please confirm, which kind of made sense because this was $150, which is nice. I think actually the comparable AMD card is it the 480? I'm not as familiar with the AMD cards, but that's where this motherboard, by the way, it can do dual AMD cards. It cannot do dual NVIDIA cards. I believe it's the next model up, which is like about 150 some dollars. But once again, I just don't think I'm going to be running dual graphics cards anytime soon. I'm not going to be doing like machine learning magic stuff. Like, if I'm totally honest, like that's where you're in that moment and you're thinking like, will I do it? I don't know. Maybe one day I could be a data scientist. Better spend an extra $1,200 for that goal of being a data scientist. No, if I actually find a benchmark like I did with my laptop where stuff was just crashing, stuff I really wanted to do was just crashing, then you know you've reached a limitation. Don't just randomly buy stuff unless, I don't know, unless you're one of those people that just loves seeing your game go like 2 FPS higher because you cooled your system right. So this was $150. I think, did I mention the SSD was like $84. The hard drive was about $45 or so. So let's take a look. I haven't opened this yet. So here's the packaging. And so this is a single fan. There were other options. There's also one from EVGA. I was going back and forth between EVGA products, but ended up not going with them. So I'm going to keep this in its case, but this is a single fan. There's also ones from Gigabyte with double fans. There's also the low profile, which I guess might be for a more compact case. But yeah, this one seemed just fine. Just fine for my cases. I'm going to leave it in its box. And so this has 4 gig of video RAM. And yeah, it just seems like I'm not ready to just go in and buy like a 1440p or 4K monitor with the like correct refresh rate, like 144 hertz refresh rate, and you know, do all this stuff to support the 1080 and then get VR. I don't know. I'm not ready for any of that, to be honest. And I haven't played modern games on a PC. I've been playing on console on like the PlayStation for the past 4 years or so. So I'm just really excited to play like Dark Souls 3 on like decent settings. And I haven't even played games like Grand Theft Auto, which have been out forever. So I'm kind of super excited. And this is also the advantage of being like 3 years behind the rest of the world, because you save them dollars. Okay. Is that everything? We have the memory, we have the motherboard, we have the graphics card, the CPU, this. I got a screwdriver at Fry's. That's pretty exciting. Yeah, and then I guess this keyboard was 20 bucks. And then this case is a Corsair. I haven't opened it yet. I will soon. This is a black Corsair case with a glass side. You gotta have the glass side. You gotta have that RGB. Yeah, so this is everything. I believe it totals to $880 for all of this, plus 20 for the keyboard, because I'm assuming most people have like a keyboard mouse. So this whole thing was $880. Oh, I know why I forgot the last one. In case any of you were really paying attention and were like, that doesn't add up to $880. That's because my little phone stand was sitting on the power supply to make it higher so that the angle was better. So, okay, I guess we have to like hunker down low because it's not moving. So yeah, then I got, finally, for $110, I got this power supply unit, the Corsair RM550X. So this is 550 watts, I believe, based on PC Part Picker. All of this is about 200 to 300. But then when I was making my amazing, like, flawless 1080 Ti build, the wattage went all the way up to like 500 something, where I was almost just gonna get the 650 power supply, but I'm hoping that'll get some mileage with this. I don't know, the 1080 Ti seems like kind of a power hog, so we'll see. But one thing I heard about this one, reason why I went with this one over a less expensive one, there were ones that were more in the $50 range, this one was like $100, is that I heard it was very, very silent. So I think it's worth spending the extra money on power supply because I'm guessing that that won't go out of style as quickly as maybe a graphics card or something like that. So I don't know. Hopefully these parts are good. Hopefully no one's overly triggered by my choice in parts. But yeah, let's just get building.
Let's see if it comes in.
Cute.
Yeah.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we're fine. No, no. So we're finally done. There are a lot of work. Thanks for.
It's fine. It's flip on power switch.
Okay. Is it this?
Yeah. Shit.
Wait,
Nothing
really?
happened.
Fuck. Seriously?
No, just kidding. Yeah, turn on the actual computer now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You just goofed me? Oh my god. Oh, this is lighting up. It's so cool. Well, should something be showing up?
Hopefully, we'll see. It might take a minute because it's first time.
Wow.
We should read the manual actually. See what the red light means.
It means it's broken. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that say? I can't read what this
It
says.
says there's. Wait, that says CPU. There's 4 lights that represent CPU, DRAM, VGA, and boot.
Okay, so what does CPU light mean?
Let's see. What does this? Okay, let's move the mouse as much as we can. Okay, it's rebooting. Oh my god, it's so sick.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
You did it. Okay,
Yay.
software time. Yay.
So here it is in the daylight. It's pretty cool. The motherboard, unfortunately, or maybe most fortunately, comes with these red LED strips. Everything else is pretty muted, but I actually like it. I think it looks nice. I think I can change the color. I might change the color to like blue or something. Let's get this out. But yeah, I really like the case. So this is the Corsair case. I didn't show this off. I really like this kind of matte finish, and I really like the glass. It looks way more reflective kind of on the phone than it does like in the dark. I don't know. It looks very cool. Here's the back with the guard in place. Actually, I didn't show this on camera, but we forgot to put this in at the very end and had to take like almost the whole thing apart, unscrew the graphics card, all of that. Maybe one day I'll do a video showing like how I assembled it, how we assembled it, more of a tutorial, but this was my first time, so I really needed to focus on the learning process. So this was super fun. Okay, one thing I want to note really quickly while editing this, so the clothes while I was doing the build, those were my pajamas. It was really late at night, it took us like 4 hours, I went to sleep right afterwards, and it's always been this running joke that whenever I do vlogs, I'm almost always in my pajamas. And notice that here, I have changed into a new set of pajamas in the morning. I mean, they're more of like study clothes, like clothes you could wear to the grocery store, but you could also sleep in. I don't know, man. I think this just showed me how I'm like ready for sleep and ready for work at any hour of the day, and I'm not sure if that's a bad habit or just like the best possible strategy. Anyway, that was just my thought while seeing that. Carry on. And super exciting. I learned a lot and I'm really excited to learn more. That's the thing, I'm a total beginner at this. I'd really like to know more about like kind of optimizing and upgrading everything. I'm considering maybe getting a different graphics card, but everything seems great so far. I'm super excited because this is a huge jump up from my 2012, or maybe it's even a 2011 model, really. A 2011 Alienware laptop to a Surface Book with a tiny GPU to an actual big computer. So I'm so excited. I'm so ready to like have that CPU boost of being able to just open a bunch of stuff. Yeah, but let me know if you guys like this video or if you want me to do more of these. Maybe if I do more, I'll get better at filming. It's hard. I respect vloggers. It's hard to film what you're doing in an interesting way without totally losing focus. Or maybe the point is that you do lose focus and you're not like enjoying the moment. I don't know. I'm having a debate about that. Let me know if you like these on the main channel. Otherwise, subscribe to my second channel. I'm definitely, I promise, planning to post more on there while I'm working on my game during this mini hiatus. So definitely subscribe there. And then I want to, now that I actually have this rig, to stream more on Twitch below. Yeah, that's about it though. So most importantly, have a happy day wherever you are. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.